Strait of Hormuz crisis and Dubai airport disruption have triggered a global supply chain collapse. The world's most vital maritime artery, the Strait of Hormuz, has reached a breaking point. For years, this narrow channel has been the jugular vein of the global economy, moving a quarter of the world's seaborne oil and massive quantities of liquefied natural gas and fertilizer. But today that flow has slowed to a trickle. What many perceive as a regional security issue is rapidly evolving into a structural global crisis, creating a shockwave that connects the price of a flight ticket in Asia to the cost of a grocery basket in the United States. To understand why this matters, look at the technology shielding the region. Advanced air defense systems are now under constant pressure as they intercept a historic surge in aerial threats. These military operations are not just protecting airfields. They are the thin line keeping international aviation hubs operational. Even with these defenses, the skies are not what they used to be. Major carriers have been forced to restructure their entire networks, abandoning established flight paths and opting for longer, fuel-intensive routes that bypass traditional hubs. This is the new reality of long-haul travel, where efficiency has been sacrificed for safety and passengers are paying the price in record-breaking fares and prolonged travel times. Beyond the clouds, the crisis is hitting the global energy market with unprecedented force. With tanker transit rates plummeting, the energy markets have reacted with immediate volatility, but the impact is not limited to oil. The Gulf region is a cornerstone of the world's nitrogen fertilizer production. Because fossil gas is the primary input for these essential agricultural products, the disruption in the region is creating a secondary crisis in global food security. As fertilizer producers face margin pressure and supply constraints, the cost of farming is rising, which will inevitably push up the price of household staples such as bread, pasta, and potatoes. This is a dual choke point scenario. When transport networks fail, the costs of shipping and insurance skyrocket, creating a conflict surcharge that is added to every container of goods crossing the ocean. For the average household, this means that inflation is no longer just a headline. It is reflected in the price of the goods on their shelves and the fuel in their cars. We are seeing a fundamental shift in how commodities move, with ships idling in open waters and supply chains forced to find alternative, costlier routes around the globe. The critical question is whether these disruptions are a temporary state of emergency or the beginning of a permanent restructuring of global trade. History shows that when the cost of moving goods and people increases this dramatically, the impact lingers long after the immediate conflict subsides. For those watching from afar, the distance between the Gulf and your local economy has just shrunk. Whether you are managing your family's budget or planning your next international move, understanding these shifts is no longer optional. It is the key to navigating the new global reality.